Hey guys, I'm Terence.
And I'm Kat.
And I'm Jay.
Today we're going to be talking about Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evil Edition?
For PS4. It came out for everything now. It's on everything. So we wanted to tell you guys what we thought of the PS4 version. So, Kat.
Plot-wise, it takes place in Sanctuary, this dark, magical kingdom. And it's 20 years after Diablo 2. And your task is basically to defeat Diablo. And he's the Lord of Terror.
Yeah, it's an action dungeon crawler.
So I understand you can, there's so many ways you can play with your character, not unlike how you can play with yourself.
True. I play the reverse.
The reverse. I like to play the Stranger.
This is like the expansion plus Diablo 3. It's everything that they've released so far.
So what is expansion?
Evil.
So what is expansion about it?
What do we got?
Well, there's the Reaper of Souls expansion, which gives you the Crusader, and then there's 5 other playable characters you can do as well. So there's also the Witch Doctor, I'm gonna cheat, there's the Demon Hunter, the Monk, the Wizard, the Barbarian, and they of course all have different stats, different things that are good about them. So one might be really great with physical attacks, one might do a lot of magic, one might have bombs, one might be a distance fighter. I'll pick that one, the crossbow and stuff, really cool.
Is there a streaker?
There's no streaker.
No, but there's a little ghoul that runs around and steals your money. You have to kill him before he hops in a portal. That's pretty fun.
The equipment is randomized, so as you go through, you get random items that are relative to your level, of course, but they, of course, inflict a different amount of damage or have different stats. And the more you go along, the more attributes and slots and whatnot that your items are going to have.
So, unless you live under a rock, we shouldn't need to really explain Diablo 3. Everybody's probably played it if they wanted to play it, so they're wondering, should I get it for PS4?
There's Adventure Mode, which is just the regular version that you play through. That's what Jay and I have been doing, 2 players. It's so much fun.
Drop in and offline co-op.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said in, but online, offline co-op. You can obviously have a party up there.
Yeah. There's also hardcore mode, and this is where you design a character and you level them up, but if they die at any time, and you can only do this once you're past level 10, if they die at any time, you cannot resurrect them. They are dead, so it's just like in real fantasy life kind of thing.
Which is ridiculous to actually try to do that, but it's so much fun. It's one of those things that you would do after you've played the game for numerous times. I mean, the whole point of this game is to actually go through each character and get all of their abilities. And you can also leave things like in little chests for your other characters. So if you play with one character, get some legendary items that aren't usable by that character, say the wizard, you can leave them for another character. 60 frames per second, 1080p on PS4.
Oh.
Apparently Xbox was pretty angry that it was only at 900.
Ooh.
But
The Xbox 900?
yeah,
That's a nice number.
but it is 1080 on both systems. What I noticed about this is that there's very, very, very minimal slowdown, and I mean like when you have crazy effects going on, particle effects, and all sorts of like 3D animations that are kind of jumping up at the screen and characters exploding, it never really slowed down.
And loading time, there isn't any. It's like, you want to go here and you're going to leave the town and go to an actual place, you're there. There's never loading time. There was never a moment where I was just going, okay, let's get into this. It was awesome.
The other thing that I have to bring up would be the menu system, and you'd think with an RPG like this it'd be very hard to sort of port it over to a console, but it runs really well. It works perfectly with the spin wheel sort of architect. You go around the spin wheel and equip different parts to your, like if you want to put on a different helmet, you would hold up on the analog stick.
Or change your crossbow or your boots or whatever.
So the only thing I have to say negative about that would be that when you're playing co-op and the other person wants to change their gear, you have to sit there and wait. And it's like, okay, go, do it. Yeah.
It'd be nice if it was like in Little Big Planet where it just takes up part of the screen.
That was really the only thing I thought was kind of weird. The other thing would be when you go into sort of dungeons, you have to push X to get into them. And that's also an attack move.
Yeah, that was very annoying. And
So-
then you kick yourself out and you're like, ah!
How many different buttons are there on these controllers?
Everything.
You know, like
you use them all. What do you give it out of 10?
I think it looks amazing, and the loading times were, oh my gosh, so amazing. So I would probably give this an 8.5. I really liked it. However, the story is just kind of meh for me. It doesn't really make me feel all that attached. The voice acting was good, but whatever. It's a really enjoyable game, though, and there are so few 2-player games out there that I like. And it's nice that it's something for the new console. I mean, if you're a huge Diablo fan, you've probably played it already. But if you're not a huge Diablo fan, but you like the idea, the premise of this, the look of it, the different characters, then you could pick it up for your new console and have a game for your console that maybe doesn't have that many games yet.
I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's like the definitive version of the game, and I know everyone's going to go apeshit now. It's the best version of Diablo 3 you can get. Forget PC, I don't care what you guys say. I'll play with the controller all I want. It's the definitive version of Diablo 3. I said it 3 times now. Hi, thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you for watching.
Do you miss my beard?
Oh yeah, his beard's gone. Comment below and troll him for cutting his beard. I know exactly what happened there, and it was lice.
No, I washed it once or twice.
Crabs.